What's up, football fans? Welcome back to the channel. Get ready for another breakdown of all the action, drama, and jaw-dropping moments from America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. If you're here because you want to hear all about what went down after that heart-wrenching loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, you've come to the right place. The Cowboys' special teams had a moment, and not a good one, that sent shockwaves through the locker room. You know we love drama here, and this one's a classic. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to share this video with all your friends who can't stop talking about that blocked punt. Let's dive in. Alright, let's set the scene for you. The Cowboys were battling the Cincinnati Bengals in what should have been a close and gritty game. But, as we've seen in football, one mistake can completely change the trajectory of a game. And that's exactly what happened after linebacker Nick Vigil blocked a Cowboys punt late in the game, leading to a series of unfortunate events that cost Dallas dearly. Now, it's one thing to watch a punt get blocked, it's another thing when the ball goes completely sideways. And it's not even your player who ends up recovering it. That's exactly what happened when Cowboys cornerback Amani Oruwariye failed to field the loose ball. And here's the kicker: instead of staying away from the ball, like any good special teams player knows to do, Oruwariye tried to make a play. The ball ricocheted off his shoulder, and Bengals linebacker Mama Nyongmita swooped in to recover it. Game-changing moment. Frustration in the locker room. Naturally, this disaster led to some serious frustration in the Cowboys locker room. Enter Jerry Jones, the owner and general manager of the team, a man known for his passion, his big personality, and sometimes, his fiery outbursts. And let me tell you, Jones was not happy. Sources report that he stormed into the locker room after the game, visibly upset, and confronted the special teams coordinator, John Fassel. Now, we know Jerry doesn't hold back, but to see him walk in there with that much fire in his eyes, you knew something big was about to go down. Jones wanted answers, and he wanted them right now. He wasn't just questioning the punt block call, though. He was asking why Oruwariye wasn't coached properly to stay away from the ball. It's basic football, right? If there's a blocked punt, you stay clear of the ball and let the specialists handle it. And while Fassel tried to explain his decision to call for the punt block, the reality is that Jones was steaming. He made his frustrations known to the press soon after. We all would say, well, why block the punt? Just take the punt and get within field goal range and kick it. Jones told reporters, "We'll all be second-guessing that one. That mistake we made at the end. It was very impactful is all I can say." You could almost hear the gears turning in his head as he processed the situation. It was an emotional moment for a guy who's seen his fair share of Cowboys heartbreaks. A change of heart. The post-game reflection. Now, we all know Jerry Jones isn't the type of guy who just throws in the towel and moves on. So, after sleeping on it and watching the playback early Tuesday morning, Jones had a change of heart. I mean, who hasn't woken up after a night of frustration and thought, maybe I overreacted a little? And that's exactly what happened here. Jones, ever the evaluator, backtracked on his initial second-guessing. After taking another look at the play, he realized that the decision to go for the blocked punt wasn't as bad as he originally thought. In fact, he ended up giving Fassel some credit for the call. Frankly, when I really reviewed it after the dust had settled, it was not a bad call and was executed on the front end of the punt block very effectively. Jones said on his radio show, 105.3 The Fan, "I had revisited the look on the way the ball hit and it really kind of bounced up in a way that was almost unavoidable. The players are coached up. They talk it up. Look, when the Bengals punter, Ryan Rakow, had been booming punts deep all game, you can understand the logic behind going for the block. If you don't take a shot at that punt, you risk letting Rakow pin you deep in your own territory with a long punt, making it harder for the Cowboys offense to get back into the game." So, in that moment, the block might have been the right call. But the big issue came with the execution. The critical error. Oruwariye's mistake. We've all been there. We've all seen a punt hit the ground and start bouncing all over the place like it's a game of pinball. But what makes the blocked punt so disastrous for the Cowboys wasn't the block itself. It was the fact that Oruwariye didn't react quickly enough. On the play, Oruwariye had been briefly engaged with a Bengals player, guiding him out of bounds. But when he turned back to the field, he found himself in an awkward position. The ball had bounced right in front of him, and instead of getting out of the way, he tried to field it. Bam! The ball ricocheted off his left shoulder and right into the waiting arms of Mama Nyangmita, and just like that, the Bengals were in possession, ready to pounce and score a game-winning touchdown. This is where Jerry Jones' frustration was justified. They're constantly reminded that when a ball is blocked on special teams, you run from the ball. Jones later added, "You don't ever get near the ball, and of course that ball hit just right and bounced back up into our player." It was one of those moments where you could feel the collective groan from every Cowboys fan in the world. That one little misstep from Oruwariye, one lapse in concentration, ended up being the difference in the game. And that's what makes special teams so unpredictable. It only takes one small mistake to flip the script. Closing. So there you have it, folks. The full breakdown of the Dallas Cowboys' special teams blunder against the Cincinnati Bengals. From Jerry Jones' fiery locker room confrontation to his post-game change of heart. This situation was a roller coaster of emotions. It's never easy when a game is lost due to a critical error, especially when it's a mistake made on special teams. But hey, that's football. One moment of miscommunication or mishandling can cost you the game. What do you think? Was Jerry right to question the punt block? Or was this a case of bad luck and a misplay by Oruwariye? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with all your Cowboys-obsessed friends. Trust me, they'll want to know what happened. Catch you next time, and as always, keep cheering, keep watching, and stay football crazy. Hey, what's up, football fans? Welcome back to the channel where we talk everything NFL. From jaw-dropping highlights to those, "what was that?" moments. Today, we're talking about one of the most bizarre and thrilling games that went down this week, the Bengals versus the Cowboys. It had it all: big plays, heart-stopping moments, and, of course, the kind of special teams disaster that makes you say, no, why didn't he just leave it alone? Make sure you stick around until the end, because I'll be breaking down the game in a way that will have you laughing, shaking your head, and questioning how the Cowboys keep managing to do this kind of thing. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and maybe even share this with your buddies, because let's face it, they need to see this. And trust me, it's gonna be legendary. The blunder heard around the NFL. So, let's set the scene. The game is tied 20-20. There's about 2 minutes left, and we're all thinking, this is it. The Cowboys have the game in their hands. But wait, what's this? A blocked punt by Nick Vigil of the Bengals. You know what they say, special teams make or break you. And this time, the Cowboys' special teams, well, let's just say they got special in the worst way. Now, before we continue, let me just remind you of a certain Thanksgiving game from 1993. You know the one. Leon Lett, in all his glory, decided to touch a blocked field goal in the snow, causing one of the most infamous plays in NFL history. Well, guess what? The Cowboys just decided to rewrite that script. Amani Oruwariye, bless his heart, tried to field the ball after it was blocked. The ball is live, my dude, leave it alone.